Well, good morning. I'm going to try just doing a live reading right now. I'm going to be posting another reading already. This one specifically is if you're in a situation where you really feel like you have a lot of hope going on and you have some big dreams. I have the star in the overall feeling, and this is something that you feel like you're really moving towards something. This is a new start, and it's a great new start. So we have the Six of Swords. This is the feeling of what you're going through right now. The Ace of Wands, and then the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like that's saying that you're really moving into something that's going to make you feel really kind of successful. You're going to feel really good. You feel like I made it, like I'm the queen or king. I did it. But you're going after it too with the you're feeling like the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is someone that's really motivated, but he's a king, so I would say that he is really um, mature about his motivation. He's really motivated and has energy and really goes for the things in the gusto, but he does it in a mature manner. It's not like the Knight where could be a little off kilter. So you're really motivated about what you're doing, whatever you're moving towards, and whatever that Ace of Wands is. I feel like that's the situation. So if that situation resonates with you, then this reading may be for you. So what I am going to do is I'm going to use the Light Seer Tarot today on this reading. I'm going to pull 3 cards for the present influence, 3 cards into the future influence. Since I already read the situation, I feel like I don't need to do past. I may pull more than on the future, how it moves out depending on the last card and how it feels. Then I'm going to give you 3 cards for advice from Spirit. So if this resonates, this could be for you. Let's just take a gander really quick. I want to make sure I get it shuffled. I did a little shuffling before I went live, but let's get it going. I love these cards. I love this situation. So let's see what the cards say. We have the Emperor, which is kind of like the King of Wands too, except for he's a little more controlled. We got the Star again. 3 majors right now hanging out. That's great. And into the future, 10 of Cups. This could be a relationship. There's going to be some worry. Oh, well, okay, this could be tough. So I'm going to stop for a minute. Basically, in the present, we have the Emperor. We've got the Star. And I'm sorry about the glare, but there's nothing I can do about it. And we have the Judgment. And I really feel like whatever the situation is, you really feel like you've got control, and it's something that you've been really dreaming for, and you really, to the point where you're really feeling renewed about it. I don't think there's much more I can say in that line other than, because these are influences. Again, I'm not going to read on outcome. I read on what's influencing in your future, the situation. And then you can, when I do influences and not outcomes, influences are what's going to be influencing it. And that gives you the ability to go, you know what, I'm going to stay on the same path because I like what's happening. But oops, I'm seeing these scary influences or hard influences. Maybe I need to change up a little bit on what I'm doing and go on a slightly different path to where I want to go. So with that said, the influences right now are the Emperor, the Star, and the Judgment. The Emperor talks about having like control. The Star is really about being hopeful, and I think that's good because then it follows with the Judgment. So I feel like this almost could be spiritual, definitely could be relational. Judgment is about renewal, and a lot of times people will look at the Judgment as the karma card, but I see it too as really being rejuvenated, feeling clarity too, to some degree. To me, when you're rejuvenated and you have an awakening, there's clarity involved with that, so that you're seeing things clearly, you're coming out and being reborn, and it feels really good. This leads to a very good relationship. Now, depending on how this resonates, this could be a relationship with someone. The only thing I see here that in the future influencing, we've got the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. I don't like 2 cups or 2 fives together. And it's kind of saying that this is something like you felt really good about, and you're going to feel betrayed. Like there's going to be something that goes on that you go like, what the heck? How did that happen? I mean, it's going to be kind of surprising. I don't feel like this Five of Swords is something you see coming. It's going to be very surprising, and it's going to make you kind of. When I see this card in this deck, he's scratching his head. So he's like, "What the hell?" Because we were going from Ten of Cups, which is just an awesome feeling, to Five of Swords, which is what just happened here. Did I get duped or what? Duped? Is that, is that the word? That's the word. And then I go into some sorrow here. Now, I feel like and understand that this can change. How you handle this is what is going to be how you deal with this. And the Five of Swords, even though it is sad, and we have things sad in our life, right? Things aren't always hunky dory. Sometimes when we move forward, we can get hurt, or we feel sad, or we miss somebody, or and this doesn't have to be in this huge way. Sometimes when we read and we think it's going to be huge, it's not. It's not necessarily. It's all how we handle it and deal with it. Part of the Five of Cups is not focusing on what she's focusing on, what's kind of going down into that whirlpool, instead of focusing back here on what she has behind her. And anytime we do that, if we're focusing on what we're losing instead of focusing on what we have, it's just really easy to implode on ourselves. I feel like we need to go out a little bit, because what does this feeling bring? You go from Ten of Cups, Eight of Wands, to the Three of Cups. Yeah, see, okay, so Hangman. And I think when I see those, so the Eight of Wands, is good energy. I always see the Eight of Wands. Sorry, I'm trying to get this right. As good energy. And then the Three of Cups, of course. I love the Three of Cups in this card, in this deck, because it really is about friendship. And it does not feel, the reason why I love it in this deck too is I don't ever feel that third party thing going on. I don't feel gossipy about it. I just feel like it's three friends getting together, looking at the sky and the stars and having that hope, right? And then you have the Hangman that comes in too. So it's about looking at things differently. A lot of times when I see this card, I'm reminded to look at the reflection in the card. So when you get to the point where you want to look at things differently, and this situation, so what happens? You get in this relationship, the influence then turns to this, what the heck just happened? Someone really feels like they duped you, and you start going into this little sorrow land. You change up because a new message comes in. So a new information comes to you. That's the Eight of Wands. It comes in kind of quickly, which then allows you to celebrate again. So these two fives are you not knowing everything that's happening. You think you're duped, you get depressed, but then you get new news and something goes, no, that's not what happened. And you're celebrating it. But it also, I think the fives are important. Because you saw it that way and because you felt that way, you are going to look at it in a new light. You're going to say, oh, well, and it may change up on how you present. I feel like this is a relationship. I feel like it's going to change up how you handle the relationship from then on out. I think you learn something with these fives, and it's short-lived. It's not really long. I'm not going to say it's going to be over in a snap, but at the same time, it's not going to be this months long. It could be a month long, but it won't be that long, because when the energy changes to that Eight and then the Three of Cups, you're just going to feel good. That's going to feel good. So, and I think I'm glad I pulled more cards, because I feel like these are going to be lessons. These lessons don't go away though. So like when you get into that Hangman mode, that's why you're in the Hangman mode, because you feel bad, you feel duped, you get depressed, you're not seeing what you have, you get a new message, which makes you feel really good. But when that happens, it dawns on you, like, I went from here to here at warp speed, right? I did. So now I need to take a look at this and look at it differently. So that's kind of how this whole thing is going to pan out. This I'm not reading any further on because we are already out like probably a good solid month, 6 weeks. Don't want to go out much further than that. Yeah. I feel like that's really good. I'm going to pull advice on these. So how, how to move forward with the situation or life in general, just advice. This is overall general advice, depending on the cards. I think advice is important when we read tarot. I think tarot can give us such good advice. Not just reading it for divination, but I'm a life coach, so I tend to want to make things better or work on things, and advice allows you to work on things. I don't always take cards that jump. Okay, so let's get those 3 cards for advice. The Fool. I like that. Ace of Swords. That was in my last reading. And the Sun. Beautiful cards. Okay, so for advice, though, these aren't reading. This is really advice. I really feel like the advice from Spirit is saying, you know what? Be free-spirited. Allow that inner child to come out a little bit. Take a leap of faith if you have to. Know that things are going to be okay. And I think this comes from the 5s. I think that the other piece of advice is clarity. Make sure that you understand before you jump to conclusions. Know what you're upset about. Know what's happening around you. Take that time to really dig in. Don't assume. And again, I think this is really about the 5s. Just really know what's going on around you. And then, it's a reminder to be happy. The sun, I heard a tarot, a reader just say the other day, the sun comes up and down, just like the moon is up and down. The cycle is quick. The happiness, then the sun goes down and then it comes back up. So I think it's really, when we're looking at it from, this one's really hard to see. I'm trying to get rid of the glare, but it's not happening very well. It's a beautiful card. I think that when I see it, it's take advantage of those times that the sun is up. Be happy. Know that the happiness and the joy is what really takes you to that next level. That next level of understanding, that next level of anything in your relationships. If you don't feel joy within yourself, how do you give the joy back? This is a harder thing said than done, but I think the simple advice is appreciate it when the sun's up. See what you have. When the sun's there, see it, understand it. And it's even a quick, there's the sun. I see it. Even if it's just that, because that 5 of cups is about not seeing what you have, right? So I think the sun is also a reminder. See what you have. Notice what you have, even if it's only for a minute. I'm not saying to not feel sad. I'm not saying to not miss what's gone. I am saying just take that minute to go, yeah, I got the sun. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I lost these things over here and it makes me sad. I do see the sun though. So if you take an intent, use intention to focus at what you have, be it the sun or whatever it is, then it is easier to deal with being sad. You can't take away being sad, but I think because I'm getting the Fool and the Clarity card, this situation is just because you're not clear on what's happening. So if you're clear that you might be able to avoid feeling this way, you're not going to avoid the 5 of Swords because that's good. That's that 5 of Swords feeling of feeling duped is what will remind you to seek the clarity and seek what's really happening. Because without that, you're not going to know. I do think you're going to see it a different way. But that's just the influence. You can change that influence because these other things coming in, it feels really good. It feels super good. So take care. Have a beautiful day. I hope you enjoyed this. Please comment. I want to know how you like the format. I will be changing things up, but I will wait until I move. I am in the midst of moving. I moved from Colorado to Nashville. I'm in an apartment waiting for my home to be built. It was supposed to be done March 4th. I don't know if it will be. If it doesn't, I have to move in with a friend, daughter. So I'm in this real influx of, I don't know. So with that said, I don't know how I'm going to be able to post if I'm at my daughter's, if I'll have a place to record, blah, blah, blah. I'm hoping I just have a place to read. Because I have to read. That's my life. So, and doing coaching. So as long as I have that, I'll try to record at least one of these a week. So have a blessed day. I hope this resonated, and I did see someone finally come on, and that was Chaley. And I will say hi to you. So good to see you. I've just finished the reading. I'm sorry you came on at this time, but it will be posted. If it resonates, please let me know. I appreciate you jumping on. So take care. And I don't know. I don't even know how to stop this. I'm telling you, I'm so bad at this. It is Chaley. I hope I pronounced that right. Chaley. I know why. It's because I have this stupid thing down here. I just might be on forever. I can't move this. Oh, that's weird. This is really weird. Okay. I just can't see my whole screen. Isn't that odd? I really don't know how to end this. That's terrible. Cancel. Well, now I have two people on, and I don't know what I'm doing.